He walked along the corridor, and as he leaned into it and looked at one of the rooms, a strange thing happened, as if an invisible, mysterious force was pulled on the woman's hair. He pulled her into the house, and we don't know what terrible things happened next. So, is the monitor shooting a real paranormal phenomenon? Is the woman's home really haunted? It seems to be touched. In the video, we can see a patient of Yin-E lying on the hospital bed. There seemed to be a person standing next to him, but the monitor only captured one of his hands. However, what is strange is this hand will emit a dazzling light. This hand that only glows seems to want to touch the patient. From the picture, it seems that the patient is talking to him, and the patient should be able to see him. So what is his master with this dazzling hand? It is certain that he will not be a human. When the shop owner bent down to look for goods, the multi-looking customer in front of the counter raised his right hand and made a suspected spell-casting action. Then a string of golden necklaces were placed on the top shelf and left the display stand and flew into the hands of the mysterious customer. When the shop owner looked up, he had already taken the necklace into his pocket. If this video is not a product of post-editing, it will be evidence of the existence of a superpower who has taken photos from afar. In Japan, there is a place called Otomoran Station, which is located in the Kanto region. This station has been abandoned for more than 50 years and is very famous in the supernatural circle. Taiwan's spiritual detective went to Japan to investigate this one-night place. Have you noticed that there is a suspected figure outside the window? Is it just an illusion caused by the camera moving too quickly? Keep watching. There's a very special environment here. 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 The thing outside the window just now seemed to have moved. And you can vaguely see that she is a black-haired woman, 21. Taiwan's tent-ling blogger Qingming learned about all the stories in Japan, although it has been abandoned for a long time, but he retained it well and could enter the shooting. He decided to go to investigate alone that night. Hello, sorry, I am disturbed. The machine in front of my hand can communicate with you. The communication method is very simple. Please do not touch the family. Please give me some advice. So, the original question. Us. Want to communicate. If you want, please give me some advice. Okay, thanks. A netizen working at a subway station on TikTok shared this experience. That night, he's going to get home from get off work. When he passed a ticket checkpoint, the noisy noise made him turn his head and look into the iron gate. The gate of the ticket gate was opened and closed like an out of control, but there was no one inside. 这或许只是机器故障吧. Otherwise, some netizens watched this video, and they thought this should be the guardian angel of human beings. So what do you think this might be? This is a seemingly ordinary day for a shop in the Philippines. But then, the surveillance camera captured a strange scene. In the picture, we can see that the female owner Ramos was cleaning the store, and everything looked normal. A strange thing happened. You can see that a chair actually moved it by itself. The owner Ramos seemed to hear the sound of the chair moving, so he turned to ask the man next to him and asked him if he had moved the chair just now. The man was working with all his attention at the time and said he did not move the chair. Later, when they checked the store's surveillance video, they found that the chair did move without any external force. So, how can I explain this strange phenomenon? Could it be a random event? Or is it a prank ghost causing trouble? This time they are investigating. Encountered a terrifying ghost attack. In my eyes, he looks like pneumonia. What happened in this house? What? What is the problem? What do you have in this house? What? Is there any problem? There is no way. We have to bring Springboks. We didn't bring anything. We just came to see. What is there? What we have to bring. The story I told you is going to be closed. If he gets angry, I get disappointed. Someone. Has something happened? I've never seen anything. I started crying. I started crying. In that place, I feel like I am another person. You may... re-out there, no one. But we see a bag. The dog is a little quiet. Like a bag. One bag, one bag. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Hold it. See what it is. The dog is fine. Very quiet. Very quiet. Are you holding it? No. No, Don, catch her with your hands. Her head is very hard. No, that is bad. You can catch her with your hands. There are gooses there. There are gooses there. No, Don, catch her with your hands. Her head is very hard. No, that is bad. There are gooses there. Wait for a moment. What is this? Do you know? That is a woman. That is a cell phone. Take it. Is that an elevator? No. Don, hold it. That is eggs. Take it out. Do you know? I'll burn it. Objects wrapped in gauze lie on the ground. Although his wife kept persuading him not to hold it with his hands and throw away those things of unknown origin. But the man didn't think much about it either. Unlock the gauze in the past. Take out a broken photo of the face being cut from it. Strange objects such as bones, chains, and pendants. I thought it was just a prank, but for the next 3 days, all kind of strange things happened at home. It is impossible that it is air because the windows are closed. So the same thing happens every day. Don, know why? But sometimes when you reach the door, I'll be beaten. Now, standing up. But every time, because every time, take a look. It is like I am seen from 12 o'clock. There is no air. Watching. No air or anything. I'll stop again. Because it is. It is 3 nights. I am not afraid of anything. Just a little nervous. Why? Haven happened before. Nothing happened now. With windows closed. After the key on the door lock, a radical rotation occurred. refrigerator door, and cabinet door. The man was lifted up instantly. I hear the sound. Door on the upper floor. In the corridor, after setting up the night vision video recorder and machine, the blogger began to try to communicate with the ghosts, and during this period, some movement appeared in the room far away. After enlarging the screen, you can probably see a white figure floating by. A naughty father intends to have some prank in the bathroom and use the camera to capture the scared appearance of my son. Apparently the father's plan was successful, but he didn't notice. The camera accidentally captured a real ghost. The following video shows a man busy testing the phone, and there seems to be a supernatural activity behind him. The man is very focused. No clues of gliding on the ground. Until the sofa has been pushed toward the pile of boxes, it makes noise. He just recovered. Maybe it was the T seen with your own eyes. That's why you can sit down and continue working. Surprisingly, when the man was just shocked when he saw the deep package flying past and hitting the wall again, he had to admire his courage here. If it were someone else, he would have been the first-rate smoke to run away. A YouTube user shared this weird video. He said that one day, after he parked his car in the underground parking lot of the supermarket, I saw several people holding their mobile phones and shooting at the pipe above. He hurriedly asked what was going on. They told him that they saw a mysterious creature crawling on the pipe. So he also took out his cell phone to take a picture. Maybe the shooting angle was not good enough, and the full picture of this mysterious creature was not captured. His head looked a bit like a human. According to witnesses later, the monster they took was probably similar to the one in this photo, and looked like various human creatures with small limbs and small intestines, and wearing clothes. Since subsequent videos cannot be found, there is no more information about this mysterious creature. So what exactly is this mysterious creature? I can only guess that this may be a humanoid creature or a genetic mutation. The next video taken in the hospital recorded an incredible supernatural phenomenon. The screen shows that medical staff are trying to rescue a patient. The camera captures a white smoke coming out of the patient's body, then slowly rise. The personnel in the emergency room accidentally noticed this. During the time when white smoke first appeared, it can be clearly seen that he has a human appearance. So don't guess. He is the spirit of the patient lying on the bed. The sound of rocking chairs coming from the child's room in the middle of the night. His father turned on the baby monitor. I saw this scene. The child in the bed had woken up and sat uneasily looking towards the rocking chair. Everything was normal at this time, until the rocking chair moved bizarrely, and there was a noisy sound, which seemed to confirm that the child's worries were not redundant. There's really dirty stuff in the room. Soon after, my father came and took it away. The video ends here. Actually, there is a detail in the picture. When the rocking chair starts to move abnormally, there are subtle changes in color on the floor. Is it a change in light or a white shadow? Come to the chair position. She works in a nightclub. One night, while she was checking the surveillance video, discovered something very strange. The nightclub was closed at that time. She is sure no one is still there, but the surveillance video captured a strange thing. Oh my God! I am so scared. Oh my God! What is it? It actually looks like it's walking, doesn't it? In the surveillance video, you can see a translucent smoke hitting the entity back and forth next to the dance floor, and it doesn't look like a human. Ruicio and his friends were also confused at the time and were completely confused about what they were photographed. So, could this be a ghost of a child wandering around the nightclub? What happened to this nightclub before? Security personnel in the parking lot of Emin in the United States. I once received a surveillance alarm while on duty at night. The camera captured a sneaky figure wandering near a car. This security guard looked closely. I realized that it wasn't human at all. That moment in my heart. That moment in my heart. I've always thought about it. I've always thought about it. That moment in my heart. I've always thought about it. That moment in my heart. I've always thought about it. That moment in my heart. That moment in my heart. Video begins. It seems that someone has walked through the bushes to the side of the car. During the standing period, it was clear that he had a human-shaped outline. When security suspects he is a thief, this figure began to move until it disappears. The whole process is strange. The incomplete figures appear and disappear. Even suddenly appeared on the roof. Not exactly like a human can do it. The hell is starting to appear in the security guard's mind. However, for the weird phenomenon in the video, some netizens speculated that maybe it was just an insect crawling on the camera, or the camera applauds. So what do you think? During the waiting period, a dark shadow appeared in the bathroom. After netizens pointed out this abnormality, the father said there was no one in the bathroom. It seems that every time I go to the toilet, this family is scared. While flipping through the baby surveillance video the night before, she found something terrifying. The lights in the room are temporarily dimmed when the team fails. But the most numb thing about Scalp, it has the weird guy above Anil. He seems to be a baby too. But there is only one head that appears in front of the camera. In the flat. There's a saying among the people in China that is, children's eyes can see unclean things. Taoism believes that when a child's heart is not completely closed, it exists in the sky. This is what Taoism calls the position of the heavenly eye. Generally, the heart sect will be completely hardened and closed within 18 months. The sky eye was sealed at this time. But some people still think that children under the age of 12, the sky eye is not completely closed. A man living in Indonesia, he said that he recently took out this photo of his childhood while sorting out the old house. He was frightened because he didn't know the girl in red in the photo at all. However, the most creeping thing is that the girl's eyes were very weird and terrifying. What makes people even more confused is that her body is actually translucent. Could this be a camera malfunction? However, when he continued to organize the room, he found another picture album from his childhood. This is a booklet of paintings he drew when he was a child, and there is a painting that is very similar to this photo. The red dress, Weird eyes and tilted neck seemed to be about to break. The man said that because he was too young at that time, he had no impression of the picture at all and did not know the girl in the photo at all. I don't even remember that I painted this cartoon when I was a child. I think the girl in red in his painting and the girl in the photo should be the same person. So, could this girl be a friend he couldn't see when he was a child? In other words, this cartoon and photo are just a scam carefully designed by the man. It has just to gain traffic and attention. This weird video comes from the sharing of TikTok users. In the picture, you can see that two friends are playing video games at home. Next, something strange happened. When these two friends are concentrating on playing video games, a door behind them opened itself. When the boy closed the door, a chair fell down by itself without external force. After the video was posted on social media, it quickly gained more than 2 million views. Netizens are talking about it. Many people believe that their house must be haunted. Some people think this may be a ghost who loves to play video games. Someone even joked with her, telling her not to be afraid. Just turn on the lights and invite ghosts to play video games together. So, is this a real supernatural event? On an island near the coast of Baba Sinjania, a woman in a civilian area, I saw something similar to a crawling creature on the grass. She took out her cell phone and recorded this strange picture. After seeing the blurred and transparent body clearly, he realized that it was not an animal crawling on the grass, but a ghost who seemed to be a person seriously injured during his lifetime, dragging his lower body and crawling hard. Thinking of a nearby naval base, the woman guessed that it might be the soul of a soldier. A man goes out with his friend while riding a taxi. Friend's behavior becomes weird for a while. Last second, he was still talking and laughing. The boy suddenly fell down like a piss shock. After that, he became very serious. At this time, he could see the reflection of his face on the car window glass. And there was no reflection above before. But soon after, the reflection on the window disappeared. And the boy also seemed to have returned to his state of fighting walls. Do you think the boy was possessed briefly? Atala, a netizen from South America, once filmed this video at the scene of an accident. After sharing on social media, someone pointed out that there is a figure in the video that is very suspicious. A couple in the United States signed a sign to move into a new house. This was originally a happy thing. However, what they did not expect was, just moved in for a few days, they discovered that the house might be a haunted house. The unusual movements made the couple feel strange. They began investigating surveillance. What they didn't expect was that there was a strange child sitting in the living room in the middle of the night. Soon, the two of them don need a camera and can sense the ghost right beside them. While sleeping soundly, Dan was slowly pulled away. The man was so scared that he immediately sat up. After this trial, he decided to use a psychic board to talk to the ghosts in the room. As a result, Jaume said a few words and was scared to the point of urination. At 2 o'clock in the morning, everyone in the family was sleeping. Things happened quietly in the Canway track. However, the surveillance camera captures all this. In the kitchen area, some white shadows suddenly emerge from the air, then stretch, move to the right, and disappear. By observing the changes in these shadows, you can tell they are one, but it cannot explain what it is. The owner said he did not know the history of the house. I only know there is a cemetery nearby. He doubted whether it was a spirit in the cemetery, come to his home somehow. After all, the white shadow captured by the surveillance camera, it is really like leaning over and appearing from the picture, then stand straight and fade out of the screen. Do you think the succubus is a woman who can eat it? Wrong. Let's see. Look at the two women sleeping in the same bed, but being treated differently. The sensitive woman on the left spread her legs in her sleep and made very strange movements. But this seemed not to be the content of her dream, because she was soon awakened and woke up the people around her in panic. Afterwards, they searched around the bed, even under the bed, but still found no abnormalities. This scene showed that strange things had happened to the woman more than once. In desperation, they could only continue to sleep, but the beauty demon would not give up. It was him again. The covered quilt was torn off by rings, and then a familiar scene appeared again. Unfortunately, the woman was happy again after a few seconds. This time, he did not bother another woman. I am afraid the other party doesn't. T want to believe such a ridiculous thing. After all, he hasn't met him once. Are you talking about this picky succubus who is a little smart? Band members gathered in the room to practice the etude score. One of them took the camera to shoot the process. Several people did not notice a mysterious figure who visited again so far. Bring it on. I'll be with you. 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 For a short while, a pale and tall figure appeared outside the door, but disappeared without a trace in a blink of an eye. Strangely, the person who photographed it didn't even see his presence. Is this really a supernatural sighting? From this video you can find small animals walking upright on trees. Move very fast. That's true. Almost impossible to see its appearance. But as much as we can think of creatures, none of them seems to match her. Therefore, some netizens believe this woman may have photographed Duende, a traditional folk cemetery. This footage was taken in the surveillance hall of the hospital. A medical staff member in a white coat took the order from the small window and walked back. A black shadow suddenly appeared in the open space in front of the seat, then gradually turned into a human form and followed the medical staff. But everyone here is undoubtedly aware of this. It means that the possibility that the black shadow is a ghost is almost gone. But why did he follow the doctor? Did he think he wasn't dead yet, so he went to a doctor to see a doctor? Carlos, a netizen in Cali, Colombia, once posted a post. At that time, a crew was filming the scene of Barbero's life and death. Carlos, who was standing by, recorded their shooting process with his mobile phone. When observing the video afterwards, he found that some strange bullets appeared on the roof behind the actor. A shadow can be seen on the roof, floating slowly by. Carlos said that the plot of the crew was adapted based on facts, and the place where they are is the crime scene. Therefore, Carlos suspected that the figure might be Barbero's spirit. The following video is a construction worker, photographed when I was rushing home at night. When passing through a dark place, she noticed something was moving. So, while turning on the flashlight, record it with your mobile phone. Under the flash, the worker found an object floating in the air. It seems to be a broken body. The terrifying scene made him flee in a hurry. Everything in me is in you. The next video is taken from the elevator surveillance video. A person with special abilities was captured inside. The security guard couldn't speak after reading the other party's operations. Have you noticed that the person in the elevator is inappropriate? She transformed from being a woman to a male. Not only the hair, but also the bones on the face have changed. Are there really people in the world who can change genders?